On the broadcast today, the dance department put on a big show.
The clocks have changed, but students are still struggling with getting enough sleep.
And the campus gets a clean sweep. All these stories and more coming up because Wildcat News starts now. Good morning, West Johnston. I'm Erik Beene.
And I'm Katherine Serrell. Last Tuesday, dance classes put on a unique show. Riley Andrews gives us an inside look.
The theme of the show was a night in New York, and throughout the entire night, we just kind of took you through random places in New York City. We had Ellis Island, and we had the East Side, and then we had the Bronx. And we had one dance that was in the subway, and then we had East Side versus West Side, and all that jazz. My favorite scene was the East Side versus West Side because it was just kind of like the preppy, jock kind of people versus like the down and dirty dancers.
Alasia Richardson speaks about what went into making the dance show.
The Dance 3 class participated in the dance show. We all had the project, it was given to us, and we had to pick a locale, and we had a choreograph. We had over a 3-week period to do it. We kind of made a story into the Bronx so you could feel how the Bronx actually originated from. The project was a fun project for me because it was my first time choreographing on a group of people, so it was kind of fun and a challenge.
I really enjoyed their performance. It's a shame you couldn't make it, Erik.
New York seems cool, but it's just not my home. Speaking of home, a North Carolina institution is starting up again. You heard me right, basketball season is right around the corner. Jarrett Spann reports on how this year's team is shaping up.
We ask Alec Ketro and Cameron Myers about basketball tryouts and how the team looks this season.
At tryouts, we stretched, did a lot of running, did some shooting drills, some defensive drills, and that's pretty much it.
The team looks pretty good this year. We're looking far better than we did last year conditioning-wise, and we look like we know what we're doing a little bit more. We're more prepared this year than last year, so that's good.
I think we look pretty good. We're looking a lot better with size this year, so we'll probably be able to compete a little bit better with our conference.
Myers talks about the beginning of the season and the upcoming Jamboree games.
Well, we have a Jamboree next Tuesday, the 11th, and we have a Jamboree the 15th, that Saturday. Our first game is November 17th here versus Triple S.
I'm Jarrett Spann, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Jarrett.
Erik, do you think I could dunk?
I think it's always good to dream big.
Dreaming reminds me of that extra hour of sleep I got this past weekend.
Well, daylight savings time helps students catch up on some much-needed sleep. However, many students still struggle to get the recommended amount. Nick Reeser and Trey Frederick talk about how their busy schedules affect their sleep.
On average night, I get about 6.5 to 7 hours of sleep. An average weekday night, I have about 4 to 5 hours of homework. A lot of people sacrifice sleep when taking the AP courses is because they feel like they have to get the work done, and that's the ultimatum, you have to get the work done.
How many hours of sleep do I get a night? I would say about 6 hours. We practice at least 3 hours. We go from 2:45 to 6 o'clock some days. Most of the time I'm exhausted after practice, but I mean, that comes with working hard and want to be a part of a program.
Heather Arp explains how to best manage your time and get those extra Z's.
I think some students get enough sleep. Some students don't. At some point, there are only so many hours in a day. And figuring out how you're going to spend those hours before that time happens is usually the best way to learn how to balance a schedule. The biggest thing I'd suggest is get some type of planner. It helps to have it written down because you can look at a day and see exactly what you've got to get done.
The only thing I would sacrifice for sleep is food.
Well, let's grab a quick bite. We'll be right back after the break. Tired of boring big box pizza chains? Big Al has you covered with handmade pizza, wings, and garlic nubs.
I make your pizza with fresh quality ingredients right as soon as you order it.
Located at 4042 behind Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue. Big Al's Pizza and Wings, handmade for you.
Ever want to be on Wildcat News? Well, now's your chance. Come to room 128 today and fill out an application. Auditions are November 14th.
For seniors, college is quickly approaching. Jamie Snover finds out when some important deadlines are.
College application deadlines are already here.
2 seniors share their experience with applying to their college of choice.
I applied to East Carolina University, UNCW, and Methodist University.
I applied at Campbell, at UNC Charlotte, and North Carolina State University.
When applying for my application, I used CFNC, so all my applications I did through that website.
I just applied on the school's websites. I was a little bit stressed about it a week ago, but I got all my stuff turned in early, so I'm good now. Most difficult part was probably coming up with some of the essays, because some of them were weird questions to answer.
Probably writing an essay and just going through the process of answering a lot of different questions and kind of repeating yourself. My advice to underclassmen is not to wait till the last minute to work on your applications. Always start ahead of time. That way, if you have any problems, you can take care of it before they're due.
Apply during the summer, because when you get in school, you don't have time to be doing college applications, and that's a mistake I made.
I'm Jamie Snover, Wildcat News.
Have you noticed how clean campus looks?
I know I haven't seen a Bojangles bag anywhere. Marissa Greene reports on how the campus got a deep cleaning.
Last Wednesday, students gathered to participate in the North Carolina Big Sweep.
Basically what the Big Sweep was is a group of students just getting together and coming around and picking up trash around the whole school. The point was just to help the community out, basically. At first it was for the ocean, back to pick up trash around the ocean, but I guess we just brought it back here to pick up everything around the school. There's at least a good portion, probably 40 or more students who came. We didn't think that many people would show up though. We cleaned up basically the whole campus. One was this area, the courtyard, behind the bleachers, around the football field, the soccer field, and behind the pond over there. We collected at least 15 big trash bags of trash.
My favorite part of the Big Sweep would probably be hanging out with my friends throughout the whole hour. We recorded the trash. It was by a sheet of paper, and it just had every kind of trash you could think of, and you just tallied it up. The area that collected the most trash would probably be the football field. Miss Viola and Miss Lineberger were in charge of this. Most likely there'll be more Big Sweeps in the future.
Thanks, Marissa.
Well, that's all for us this week. If you have any questions, comments, or story ideas, email us at wjstudentmedia@gmail.com.
If you want to watch Wildcat News at home, on the go, or catch up on past episodes, go to wildcatscratchpost.com/wildcatnews.
And finally, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at WJ Student Media. I'm Erik Beene.
And I'm Katherine Serrell. Thanks and have a great day.